Shalom, Baraka, Mishbaka, peace and blessings, family. In this video, we're going to be explaining what is the biblical balm of Gilead. As we can see, Genesis 37 and 25. And they sat down to eat bread, and they lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead with their camels bearing spicery and balm. Right? They had balm from Gilead. Then we go to Jeremiah 8 and 22. Is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? Why then is not the health of the daughter of my people recovered? Jeremiah 46 and 11. Go up into Gilead and take balm, O virgin, the daughter of Egypt. In vain shalt thou use many medicines, for thou shalt not be cured. So where is Gilead? First of all, Gilead means rocky region. Okay. And this scripture says, from Jordan eastward, all the land of Gilead. So Gilead is east of the Jordan River, which means it's east of the land of Canaan. That puts Gilead right where the Rocky Mountains are. Okay. And the Rocky Mountains are what? Rocky, right? Just like Gilead means rocky. Because Galal means to roll. Stones roll down mountains. They roll. Gilead means rocky region. Then you have balm. What does balm mean? A fragrant ointment or preparation used to heal or soothe the skin. And the second definition, a tree which yields a fragrant resinous substance, especially one used in medicine, right? So both definitions are useful. Okay, now pine trees are the best source of medicinal resin in the Rockies. But which species of pine lives in the Rocky Mountain? Ponderosa pine, also known as Pinus ponderosa. It is one of the most common trees in the Rocky Mountain National Park. They are trees of montane forest and very well adapted to long winters, winds, cold temperatures, and dry conditions found in large areas of the Rocky Mountains. The ponderosa pine is the main type of pine found in the Rockies. Now, the ponderosa pine just so happens to also be the tallest species of pine on Earth, right at 268.3 feet. It is the world's largest pine tree of any species, right? Now, most ponderosas, are around 250 feet in the Rocky Mountains. But this specific one called phalanx, that's his name, is found in Oregon, in Lebanon, the biblical Lebanon. In Lebanon, trees grow bigger for some reason. The tallest redwoods and the tallest pine trees grow in Lebanon. Now, but in Gilead, all these pine trees are huge. They're around 250 feet, these ponderosa pines. And because they're bigger, they produce more sap, which means they can, produce more balm than any other plant, right? Now, in order to make the balm of Gilead, all you have to do is first locate the pine tree. Pine trees are easy to spot out, but do not confuse them with a spruce tree. Do not confuse them with a yew, because, a lot of the resins are poisonous from other types of trees. But pine trees are good for a lot of reasons. Not only the sap, but if you take the bark off of the pine tree, which pine trees have, very thick bark that peels off pretty easily. Take the outer layer of it, then there's an inner layer of bark. If you peel that off, you can, saute it, and it tastes like potato chips. Just in case you're in the wild and you don't have food, it's also very highly nutritious, right? And the leaves can even be used to make tea, high in vitamin C, very electrifying. But the sap can be used for a lot of different purposes. Even if you cut yourself, you can melt down the sap and use it as a band-aid. You can use the sap as fire starter. You mix it with charcoal, You can use the sap to harden. You can make arrowheads with it and shoot through flesh of a beast, right? Pine trees are very amazing, and they are one of my favorite types of trees next to the willow. I love willow trees because of how they look and because they can cure cancer. But however, when we're dealing with the pine tree, you would locate the pine tree. If you're, good with trees, you know what a pine tree looks like. And then you will find dripping sap, right? The sap can look yellow, it can look reddish, it can look brownish, right? Different colors. Now you would want to mix it with beeswax, and you would mix it with honey and essential oils of other plants, and you melt that all down, and boom, you've got the balm of Gilead, aka pine salve, and it has the texture of petroleum jelly. Now, what is pine salve used for? Use pine pitch salve on painful joints, cuts, abrasions, or swollen injuries. You can use it as a chest rub or an inhalant for chest congestion. Some folks even use it as a lip balm. It's a little sticky going on, but it's quickly absorbed by the skin, and the stickiness goes away in just a few minutes. The resin salve benefits include a disinfectant impact, and resin salve can be used for many problems with the skin, such as dry heels, cuticles, small contusion, eczemas, and insect bites. High antioxidant pine oil effectively regenerates the skin cells. Clean and dry the skin area and spread the salve. Now, look at this scripture. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her. Take balm for her pain. If so be she may be healed. So it says for pain, right? Then we look at Pinus ponderosa. Alleviate pain and inflammation with Ashanti's wild-crafted ponderosa pine essential oil. Shout out small business, right? Shout out small business. You know what I'm saying? They name look like they black, so they name look like they black. So shout out black owned business. Anyway, is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? Why then is the health of the daughter of my people recovered? So balm of Gilead has been used to heal, to rejuvenate, and to relieve the pain of people in ancient times. How to use pine salve. Apply a thin layer of pine salve to cuts, abrasion, and minor wounds. Leave a thin layer to act as a barrier and aid healing. For splinters or in emergency situations where you have a boil or abscess and can't get immediate medical attention, you can apply the poultice of pine salve to the affected area to draw out the impurities. For splinters, apply a generous helping of pine salve and cover with a clean bandage. Leave overnight to draw out the splinter. So pine salve is used for a lot of things. If you mix it with peppermint oil, rub it on your chest, it'll basically act like a mint rub for your chest. This is not really even supposed to be about the physical benefits, because this part of Kohanology, we're talking about the spiritual benefits of herbs and plants. So what about the spiritual benefits of pine sap? You can burn pine sap, and the smoke is very good, very delightful. Now, pine is linked to life and longevity as it continues to thrive in the coldest parts of the year. Its sap was used to embalm the dead as it represented everlasting life. Pine trees are enduring plants, right? You can see a pine tree in Alaska or Siberia, and the freezing temperatures of negative 60 degrees, and they're just still green with life, right? So pine sap has been known to protect the aura from infiltration, right? That means it'll protect your aura from negative energy, right? It adds positive energy into a space, right? Adds positive energy to a space, gives you an increase of life force energy. That's your che, right? In Hebrew, we call it che. In Chinese, we call it chi, right? Now, understand that the life force energy is what gives you energy and power as a person. And I kid you not, guys. I was burning pine resin yesterday outside while meditating, and I just felt a tingling in my arm. I got up to do my normal exercise. Bro, I was stronger than normal. I'm not gonna blame this on the pine sap itself, but it could be. I have been working out a lot recently, but I was able to lift weight with my left hand that I was never able to lift weight with my left hand previously. And I also took my bow and arrow and shot my target from a distance only twice, and I made it in a perfect target twice. It's almost like it was like a spirit of perfection came upon me. It was weird. But anyway, yeah, and it deeply connects you to the Mother Earth, right? The Earth is our mother, and when you smell pine, you just naturally become more you basically start to resonate with the frequency of the Earth more. You know what I'm saying? That's your mother. You know what I'm saying? You start to be one with nature. It humbles you. You know what I'm saying? And it's a very inviting smell. Now, it deeply connects you with the people you love, and was used by it was also historically used by Dr. Edward Batch in the early 1900s to prevent suicide. I find that very interesting because it's a plant that is linked to longevity and everlasting life, right? And also it brings you that positive energy. It brings you that inviting energy, and it connects you to the people you love. It connects you to the earth. It basically makes you want to stay here longer. Now, also, it was said to bring peace between 5 warring tribes of the Iroquois. There were 5 tribes of the Iroquois nation that were fighting, right? And according to the legend, the pine tree is what was used to bring them peace, right? So this sap is very useful, right? Because it's positive energy, right? It contains sesquiterpenes, which stimulates the pineal gland, just like frankincense and myrrh. You know what I'm saying? It stimulates the pineal gland. Pineal even has the name pine in it. And people gotta realize, man. People gotta realize you have plants that give us positive energy, and the plants that give us positive energy are usually the plants that smell good. We have the frankincense and myrrh. We have the pine sap. We also have Palo Santo. These, when you sage in a place, you cleanse that place, but you only bring it to zero. You bring it to neutral, right? Anything unclean is below zero. But when you cleanse it with sage, you bring it up to zero. So you raise the vibration up to zero. Then when you add, frankincense and myrrh, or you add pine sap, or you add Palo Santo, then you bring that energy up above zero to even higher numbers, and it raises the vibration to positive energy. You replace that negative energy with positive energy, that unclean energy with high vibrational clean energy when you use these plants, right? And it decreases anxiety, according to a Japanese study, and also makes guests feel comfortable in your home. Have you ever just smelled the pine fragrance in somebody's home? It's a really inviting smell. Now, it's like, why do people like to use pine, scent for a lot of different things. In fact, pine scent is a very popular scent. Out of all the resins, pine scent is the most popular resin, right? It's the most popular one, the most loved scent out of all resins is pine scent. Now, a lot of families, when they celebrate their pagan holidays like Christmas and Thanksgiving, they purposely, put pine scent in their house. Why do they do that? Well, because on those times of the year, aren't you trying to connect with your loved ones? Aren't you trying to have a good time? Pine scent is good for that, right? It's literally a plant that gives you positive energy, and it's worth a try, guys. I'm gonna start selling it on my website in the future, but not yet. I have been collecting some from local pine trees, and I need more to be able to sell this. I also want to point out, when you Google what is Balm of Gilead, they tell you that it's some type of symbolic meaning of a universal cure. They don't even know what it is. They have theories of what plants it might be. They say olive oil and all this other stuff, some bush or whatever. They don't even know what it is in the Middle East. That's why we got to stop looking at the Middle East and start looking at the land of America. Open your eyes and realize that the scripture took place over here, and you'll understand a lot more things with scripture. But because when you're sticking with the Middle East, a lot of things are going to be a mystery. You're not going to know what hyssop is. You're not going to know, what I'm saying? You're not going to know what Balm of Gilead is. A lot of things are going to be a mystery. You go to America and look at the land of America, everything starts making sense. Everything starts popping off in your mind. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, guys, Shalom, Baraka, Mishpaka.